The Kansas City Chiefs travel to Oakland to face their division rival Raiders on Thursday Night Football. The Chiefs a 7.5-point favorite on BETDAQ, 42.5 the total in this game. Now Kansas City, a legitimate contender, they currently sit at 7-3, 8-2 against the spread. Along with the Arizona Cardinals, they've been the best team in the NFL to back this season. The Raiders, on the other hand, 0-10, the NFL's last remaining winless team. So the Chiefs obviously expected to win this game, and they've been a very popular public bet as a 7.5-point road favorite. That being said, the Oakland Raiders, more competitive than a lot of people realize or give them credit for. Since their Week 5 bye, when their head coach Dennis Allen was fired, they've had a legitimate chance to win 5 of 6 games and have lost each of those 5 games by 11 points or fewer. Really, you look back over the past 6 weeks, the only time Oakland has really had their doors blown off was 2 weeks ago against the Denver Broncos. And the Kansas City Chiefs, they do not have the same type of offense that Denver has. The Chiefs, very conservative offensively. They're a run-first offense, 31st next to last in pass yards per game. They have scored 24 points or fewer in 7 of their 10 games this season. So this is by no means a slam dunk here. Kansas City minus 7.5. As a matter of fact, the Raiders have been very good in situations just like this season. They are 5-1 against the spread the 6 times they have been underdogs by 6.5 points or more. All that being said, there's a lot of reasons to like the Chiefs here as well. The Kansas City offense, we mentioned being conservative and run first. That's true, they are run first. Well, it just so happens the Raiders cannot stop the run. 27th in rushing defense. They're surrendering over 130 yards per game on the ground. The Chiefs, a top 5 rushing offense. They're averaging over 140 yards per game on the ground. So this not a good matchup for the Oakland defense. Kansas City should be able to run it right down their throat. And on the other side of the ball, the Chiefs really stingy defensively. 2nd in the NFL in points allowed. They're surrendering just 17.1 points per game. And the Oakland Raiders have unquestionably the worst offense in the NFL. They rank dead last in yards per game, points per game, rush yards per game. So if they're going to be able to move the ball, you would have to think it'd be through the air with their passing attack. And of course, they start a rookie quarterback in Derek Carr. The Chiefs happen to lead the NFL in passing defense. So again, you look at the matchups, the X's and O's here. This does not appear to be a good matchup for the Oakland Raiders. However, giving the Raiders this many points, 7.5 points, has not been a good idea this season. We saw last week the Raiders go on the road and keep it close with the San Diego Chargers. They lost that game 13-6. And I have a feeling, just a feeling, that the Raiders are going to keep this one closer than a lot of people think they are. I look for a low-scoring game here. I do think Kansas City is going to win, but I don't feel comfortable laying that 7.5 points. So I do have a lean towards Oakland plus 7.5. Now, I totally understand if you don't feel comfortable throwing money at an 0-10 team. Again, I fully understand that logic. But you know what? Based on what we've seen out of the Raiders over the past 6 weeks, I think they might be a pretty good bet here as a 7.5-point home dog on Thursday Night Football. You know how I hate betting on rookie quarterbacks. Everybody hates betting on a team that hasn't won a single game in 10 tries. But I think Oakland plus 7.5 might be the right play here. I also lean towards under 42.5. And by the way, if you like Oakland in this game, I think that sort of runs hand in hand with a under bet, because I do not think the Raiders are going to be able to score 24, 27 points in this game against this excellent Kansas City defense. So if Oakland is going to cover, it's going to be because their defense limits the Kansas City offense. So if you lean towards the Raiders, which I do, I think it also makes sense to lean towards the under as well. So Oakland plus 7.5, under 42.5, my recommendation here.